Hey everyone, good evening. It's John again. Playing Immaculate Grid here. Been a good weekend for playing these grids. I hope everyone has had a blessed holiday weekend. Is ready for the holidays ahead. Looking forward to December, first one with my little family, so I'm looking forward to it. Let's see. I guess I'll start sharing my screen again. We're playing both the timed round and the rarity round. I'm doing a little of both. Let's see. That looks about right. And then I'll play that's a good note for me. I'm on grid 16, but I'll probably just play with this one tonight. So just gonna hit that and play, and now we're going. All right, that's right. I'm gonna go quickly here. Bobby Bonilla works here. Ricky Henderson. Let's see, only one team. Alan Trammell, Cal Ripken Jr., and Tim Salmon. That all worked. And then let's see, let's go Vlad over here. He would also work there. Dennis Martinez and Maglio down he is. Bam. All right. Under a minute, 97 rarity score. Not bad. Uh, again, the rarity score doesn't really matter in this round. Wasn't really talking out loud a lot, which I realize makes for worse content, but also, I just wanted to get through it. So Henderson only takes 2%. That's lower than I'm used to seeing him at. Um, Bonilla's all the way up here at 11% by the two teams that are still paying him. All right, this will be an interesting rarity round. I wonder if I can, beat 2% there. Um, And then yeah, I'm always just like, hey, if it's it could just be not everybody with a with a foreign sounding name is born outside the United States. A lot of people with foreign sounding names are born inside the United States, very much so. So I have to actually I was consciously like thinking of people here like Dennis Martinez. I know is first all time in wins. I think just I think just above Juan Marichal um, for pitchers born in Latin America, um, and Guerrero and Maglio. And I mean, he's from Venezuela, Guerrero's from Dominican Republic. So that one I was able to reason out here, but coming up with more rare ones is going to be interesting. So let's see how that goes. I'm gonna stop sharing and start sharing. Uh, that one. And here we go. All right, so we're going for the rarity round. Yeah, it's interesting. What do we think over here about Kevin Apier? Longtime Royals, great. Let's see. For only one team, Shohei and Trout will work. So will a handful of other Angels, but then I don't know those Angels very well, so that might hinder things. Um, Really, the same thing is true of the Tigers. Like I don't know the Tigers very well, and I don't know the Orioles very well, which is saying a lot more about me than these teams. I just don't follow the American League particularly closely. Yeah, on the same level I did when I was a lot younger. So look, only at 1.0% there. Um, Rusty Staub at 4%. So Mets and Tigers. That's a good one there. And Mets and Orioles. Bonilla at 11% seems really high. He didn't play for the Orioles for that long, but he is being paid by both teams. Every July 1st is Bobby Bonilla Day. And the Mets are really the subject of it because they've got the Wilpons, they were scammed out of their money by Bernie Madoff. It's a whole thing. But he's also being paid $500,000 per year by the Orioles. Also, those are good deals. Um, I mean, they would be good deals if you assume that they weren't getting their money scammed. But if you were investing your money at even like 5% annual return, it comes out to be better than what they would have paid out money on. And the Mets were able to win a or get to a World Series, not win it, but get to a World Series because they were able to use the savings to acquire Mike Hampton. So, it worked out for them, I think. But none of that has helped me come up with a Tiger. Cespedes works, but he's going to be way popular. Um, yeah, maybe I'll just off on that for a second. Let's see, yeah, Palmero will work. Guerrero will actually work here too. So maybe that's let's see how that does actually. 'Cause Actually, what about no, actually even I was gonna go with like Cuellar, but I'm gonna go with Guerrero just because he's not thought of as an Oriole. So he takes 2%. Okay. Um, there's about to be so many options. I just don't want to like mess up and just like, this guy's actually born in, Los Angeles, playing for his hometown team. Um, let's see. What about Devi Cruz? Where's he from? Well, we're about to find out. Well, we're about to find out where he's not from, which is, well, he wasn't born in the United States. He might live here now, but that was sort of a guess. What's another like good low rarity score I could get? The Angels. Canadian players are kind of sneaky. You could sneak those in. Um, Shohei, of course, will work. Um, what if I go with the other Molina, Jose Molina? He was on the Angels. He was a backup to Benji, I think, on that 0-2 team. He goes sub 1%. I think Benji would have been higher, so I went with Jose instead. All right, and now we're looking at people who've only ever played for their teams here. Um, and now I'm trying to think. I want to say Harry Hillman will work. Ty Cobb does not work. He played 2 seasons with the A's. Um, Lou Whitaker would work. I think Whitaker Trammell will be pretty popular. I mean, any Detroit people playing will just like think of a player on their team. And when the AL Central plays who sees Detroit, as many times as they see them, should be able to come up with it. I guess it's not an unbalanced schedule anymore, but still, I haven't seen a whole lot of Detroit games. I guess the one Detroit game I watched was I watched them play the Marlins in Miami. It was Miguel Cabrera's send off, going back to where he started. I just haven't gotten a whole lot of exposure to the Detroit Tigers. I'm I could try out like how long did Justin Thompson pitch for? That's too long. He definitely went somewhere else then. Because he had a really good year in 97 with Detroit. What about Higginson? How long did he play for? I don't know about that. I'm gonna play Higginson. Not gonna play Higginson. Yeah, and meanwhile, I'm not coming up with like really good people for these categories. Um, at least not just off the top of my head. Um, I think we decided Rick Cerrone played for not I don't think he played for the Orioles. I think I had that wrong. I think he played for the Mets. I think I've gotten this wrong before. I think he played for the Mets, but then he also played for the um he played for three AL East teams, three NL East teams, and the Brewers. But I'm it's Boston, New York, and either Toronto or Baltimore, and I've played the wrong one before. Um, yeah. So don't want to mess up, but Man, why is that giving me so much trouble? There's got to be someone who'll work. I mean, I know there is. I'm not coming up with them off the top of my head. Same with like the Mets, and the Tigers. Um, for whatever reason, not sharing a ton of people. I guess Verlander will work. Or Scherzer. I could sneak both of those guys in. Um, they're probably pretty popular because their current Cespedes is probably pretty popular. Staub took 4%. That's the number to beat. Ooh, one that will work for both of these is Francisco Rodriguez. Where to play him though? Takes 1% there. Might have been a little bit. I'm not sure if he would have been better or worse. I guess he had a bigger save season with Detroit, if memory serves me correctly. And now I still have to come up with a Met Oriole. Um, let's see. So if we bounce around the horn a little bit, you had Hoyles, you had Palmero, um, Roberto Alomar will work. I wonder how yeah, he played for the Mets for a couple years, was a kind of a bust, but he played for Baltimore for 3 years. He's probably in the single digits somewhere. I want to say I can do a lot better though. Of course, I'm really just struggling to come up with people like Arthur Rhodes. I don't think he ever played for the Mets. Um, I don't- Greg Olson. I'm trying to think of like kind of obscure relievers who might have made their way out to the Mets. Um, or just people in general who floated into Baltimore and floated away. Joe Carter, he never played for the Mets. Brady Anderson never plays for the Mets. Let's see. Yeah, I could have gone with his Sheffield up here and then done Francisco Rodriguez. That would have been an interesting play. I'm not sure if Sheffield would have done. Sheffield's an interesting one because he hits a lot of teams. He was great with a bunch of them, but he was only there in each city for a couple of years for the most part. Man, all right. Um, let's try Almar. Too popular. That's all right. I didn't. I think I might. I'm gonna take some risks on these, so I might. We'll see. I might end up botching. Um, did Gary DiSarcina ever play anywhere else? That's a name. And he played a long career. So Garrett Anderson, I knew no moved on. He played like a year with the Braves. Chuck Finley was traded at one point. Um, it's a tough category. Unless you like know the current teams, then you know the new people on those teams, and you can work with that. But if you don't know these guys, if you don't know these teams really well, and I just don't know American League teams um very intimately, like that's where that's where you struggle. So I don't actually think Bellinger ever played anywhere else. Well, apparently he did. So I messed that up. Let's see. Try Sam Crawford. Let's try him out. He also didn't. I'm gonna try Heelman and just cut my losses here. Nope, none of those guys. I had a cumulative 1,000 options or so, but none of them. I could have gone with these guys, but then it's not the rarity score round. So I took some shots and they all failed. I really gotta just settle down and learn these rosters of current teams a lot better. Maybe I'll get one of those Athlon Sports magazines like I got when I was 10 and learn the teams a lot better. So that might be the worst I've ever done on a rarity round, but I went sub 1 minute. I knew some people, so it's not like I wasn't going to be able to get it at all. But this was a rough one. That's all right. Have a happy rest of your Sunday, and I'll be back with you tomorrow. Peace.